honestly don't know why I was in the LGBT community. I would identify as bi, but till this day, I feel like I was possessed. Ever since I came to Christ, I just know that, yeah, I can't be part of this. But it was kind of like my main identity and my main channel that I was highly known for. And, then I get terminated, and, demons keep sneaking up during the night. And I find myself just, the older I get, the more, I don't know, I just don't find that attractive. So I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm done with this community. Mainly because, following Christ, and pretty much, God rebukes that in many ways. And I rebuke that as a Christian. But, I was literally going to be one of the first LGBT B-boys. I literally had an upcoming idea of like, oh man, LGBT Breakers. That's going to be the crew that I'm going to make, where I'm going to have many other B-boys and B-girls that are part of the LGBT community. And then we're going to form into LGBT Breakers. And of course, now thinking about it, that was a dumb idea. And I still had those moments where, especially when I was, when I first met Rox Right, I told him that I was from LGBT Breakers. And he's like, I don't know what his reaction. There was people that pretend don't know what it is, but also there was ones that are like, oh, it's like they asked like what crew I am, and I just freaking made a made up crew. I was possessed, because why would I say that to one of my biggest inspirations? I was like, and now as of right now, I regret telling people that I'm part of the LGBT community. It has really like ever since that whole Charlie Kirk situation, I could have been more far from that community than I have ever. I was already far. Now I'm much farther away from that community because of that whole, Charlie Kirk incident. And little, of course, is from a person that has a boyfriend and identifies as, within the LGBT community. And I'm like, I can't be part of a community that just loves to kill people for all because of their opinions, all because they talk about the truth. It was like, you know what? I'm going to be the number of people within the LGBT community that is quitting from it, that is gone from it. And when I look in the mirror, I don't really see myself at all in that community. I'm going to be honest. There's going to be people from my main channel that are going to see this and they're going to be sad. Until this day, I do not care. I don't care. I mean, I already have enough people not caring about me because of the algorithm, and I'm not being viewed. So what's the point of even, going on with this shtick? I just don't get it. Like, the thing is that, is there a part of me that is bi or LGBT related or queer or whatever you may call it? Listen, I embarrassed myself. The I did not know it, but the devil basically made me look like a clown. And here I am. I thought I was like, in the brink of representing LGBT Republicans worldwide. Nope. I gotta take the LGBT out, because that defeats the whole point when it comes down to either being a Republican, to either be a Christian, just to be a person that has common sense. Be part of the good side, I would say. But I don't really associate myself with opinions much. I don't associate myself with politics. I don't associate myself with gender or something like that. Even with the LGBT stuff, I still hated this whole thing about pronouns. It's the most stupidest, most possessed thing ever. And also there was other aspects of it, but I'm like, nah, I can't be part of this. I know there's people with the LGBT community that I kind of agree with, but I just can't relate myself into that community. The moment that I die, I'm going to regret of ever being a part of it, to be honest with you. That's not what I want to be as a man. That's not what I want to be as I grow up, as I get older. When you get older, and I'm speaking to the young folks, especially the ones that identify with this flag, there's certain things that are going to change. Truth is going to come. And when truth comes, it may be because, especially with me, it's because that something wrong has, invade your life, and you just wonder like, is there any way to fix it? Is there any way to get right? And it's basically true God. I know that, it was, I have a lot of cleaning up to do. I really want to have phone calls with either my, some part, my cousins or whoever, and tell them like, come to Christ. I used to be a bi gay man, and then I, find myself in a better place. You can't argue with that. But all, so in the moments when they do see me again, I mean, the other people are either my friends or family that are gonna see me, they're gonna be surprised that I'm not part of this community. And I never was part of this community. The reason why is because I never liked to, like there was a rough patch in my life that I just absolutely I hate hanging out with men because I keep getting into fights, because I keep getting messed around and stuff like that. I don't know if it's my appearance. I don't know. The thing is that I was never really bullied, but I had like jokes and all this, and pretty much, you know, I had like many men that are just beyond touchy. Believe it or not, especially when I was bi, I really thought like, that would prevent many men to, be away from me, to get away from me, basically. And I find myself hanging out with mostly females or mostly people that are identified with, the LGBT flag. And now when I think about it, it's kind of stupid. Because what? This doesn't make sense. But I'm just talking stuff out of my ass. That's, I don't even know what this video really is supposed to identify, other than letting you know that with the lifestyle that I lived, it just didn't add up. I honestly have no idea, ever since I left, the LGBT community, I really don't know what else I identify as anymore. I mean, I always wanted to be different. Like, no matter who I look at or something, my biggest inspiration, I just want to be different. I guess that's the sense in b-boying, where I don't want to copy any dancer. So I just come up with this, Snorlax style, moves that I have, where I just want to, like, it's like, just a mix of b-boys that inspired me. But also, I try to put my own twist to the point where it becomes different and completely out of the realms of, what other b-boys are known for. But I don't even compete, so what else? Like, I only practice and make practice footage, and pretty much I don't even showcase of it. I don't know. There's a part of me where I want to be seen. I still have that, and especially when it comes to LGBT folks out there, they want to be seen. I was the same way. There was a lot of attitudes and aspects of, who I am as a person now. Like, the whole LGBT thing basically just wrecked and changed my whole identity. There was like a weird 180 during that 2020 when I was like, I'm bi now. Just out of nowhere. And now I think about it, I'm like, that's not who I am. That really isn't who I am as a person. God didn't create me to be part of this flag that, just stands for sin and debauchery. And to this day, I regret it. But, it was just a time in my life. I was young and dumb. And now, since I'm almost 30, it's like, you know what? Whatever. I'm done. I'm done. I just, just want to live like, a life where the thing is that ever since I stopped representing this flag, I felt less shame of people seeing me, of knowing that whoever sees my videos, especially in the main channel or here or wherever, of not representing the flag, not representing my, fetishes being displayed on the internet, I feel more brave. I feel more happy. I feel like I have no shame anymore, because there was videos that have a lot of views of stuff when I was in that lifestyle, and pretty much people still know me from it. But now when they see me now, it is a whole different view. But also, let's just be real. I start to notice less people watching me. People don't want to see a normal person. But that doesn't matter, because why do I have to worry about them? I don't know. It's just some aspects of this is something that I thought about. And I have to throw this flag away. And why did I put this flag instead of like the one with the triangle or something? This was the original LGBT flag that I stood for. It was the one that stood for the original or normal aspects of the LGBT community, which is accepting. Ever since I came to Christ, it was a community that accepted whoever, or it doesn't matter who you are. And then it accepted me. And then I was like, it's time for me to throw this flag away and come to Christ. Anyways, yeah, that's just a little testimony, but also just something that I just want to get out on my chest and make things clear. I am done being part of this sinful community that I really was trying to seek happiness from it. I got nothing. I got nobody from this community. I talk about like, oh, I was part of this community, I was really in these parades, and nah, it's a lie. It was just, there was some part of my soul that was like, I, I don't want to. And I live in San Francisco, but what does that tell you? There's something nasty if I go to these, there's like just some part of my soul where I'm like, I can't go to this like parade. I can't go to this community or something. It was the Holy Spirit. I mean, what else? I don't know what else to say. It was for a good reason. Chances are I probably might, like I don't expect anything good when I'm in that lifestyle. And people say like, oh, live your life, get into what you're into, man, No. Eternity is what I'm looking for. Plain and simple. Listen, I bring it all back to Christ because I really want him to, watch over me. Ever since I joined this LGBT community, man, the demons that are just haunting in my brain begin to be worse. And then I really seek for Christ because I just want to have a safe night. I don't know. There's more of that soon. But yeah, repentance can lead to freedom. Well, love and peace and God bless.